From the pitcher being loved despite his endless controversies, to being the villain of the Los Angeles Dodgers, here's what NPB players really think of Trevor Bauer. You might hate the California native, but the Japanese love him. Trevor's been making many headlines for the past couple of years, and none of them have been for good reasons. Let's say that things were really starting to get bad for the baseball star. Trevor's always been one to stir up controversy, don't get me wrong. He was one of the best pitchers in the MLB, but his time with the league was cut short. Looks like he's found himself a home again, and it's all the way in Yokohama, Japan. His team and fans love him there. That's quite a change for the star, who found himself in hot water in America. He was becoming quite the villain of the MLB, but ever since he signed with the Yokohama-based Stars, he's nothing but a hero to fans. To him, he's a big-name Major League player who came to save the team. Yokohama hasn't won a Japanese title in almost 25 years, and Bauer might be the one to lead him to the title. As soon as the big name joined the league, fans took to different platforms to share their excitement, and they're celebrating his presence to the fullest. From posters of the pitcher spelling out Bauer in English with the message, "He's here," to reporters seeking him all over the place. He's finally having his moment, and it looks like Trevor's past didn't follow him to Japan. There aren't many questions asked about his big move to the famous port city. Fans are simply happy he's there. Many people know who Bauer was, but only a few know the reason why. His domestic violence case. Even those who are aware of his controversies are simply choosing to overlook them. Don't get me wrong, American baseball is popular in Japan, but at the end of the day, fans are mostly focused on Japan's league and its stars. Fumihiro Fujisawa, the president of Japan's Association of American Baseball Research, said, "The Japanese people know that Trevor Bauer had a domestic violence problem in the United States." He added that signing Bauer was a win-win situation for both the player and the team. And he's definitely right. While the player was making headlines in America for all the wrong reasons, the Japanese mainstream media has been reporting little about the pitcher's troubles back home. Plus, there's no sign of women's rights groups targeting him in Japan. Issues of gender inequality often get limited attention there. BayStars fans want the Bauer power to get a shot at the title, and it's all they care about. They're simply choosing to forgive him for whatever he's done in the past. And you know, that's something he probably wouldn't have gotten in America that easily. Unlike the Los Angeles Dodgers, the BayStars really love Bauer. I mean, they're doing everything to give him a VIP experience. Bauer's contract with the Yokohama BayStars is worth $4 million. Now that's a long way down from his $102 million contract with the Dodgers, but it includes incentives, and he's still going to get a good $22.5 million from the Dodgers this season. So he won't be short on big bucks. Plus, the BayStars are doing a lot for him to feel like he's all that. They just announced the player's very own Trevor Bauer official fan club. A VIP membership is around $16,000, and a deluxe membership is somewhere around $2,600. The perks include everything, from special observation seats to limousine rides in the game. And how can I forget the lower end includes an autographed actual wear uniform, autographed ball, and a lot of other original goods. It's a full treat for Bauer and Yokohama fans. Now, of course, everything isn't rainbows and sunshine for the pitcher. From the MLB to the NPB, it's a big jump, and he definitely needs some time to adjust. The BayStars sent the California native to the DNA BayStars farm team. But hey, it's not at all a bad thing. Adjustment takes time, and the demotion doesn't mean he isn't on the active roster anymore. He's still there. The BayStars just want him to get the hang of everything. They're calling it an adjustment start. He'll be back on the big team if he starts well on the DNA farm team. And let's be honest here, I think he needs it, especially after his rough start in the Japanese league. Yeah, Trevor's debut in the NPB wasn't exactly the best, but his first outing wasn't that bad. He went 7 innings, giving up just 1 run and 1 walk on 7 hits. But his second go-around was a train wreck. He was absolutely shelled in the diamond. Trevor's final stat line was ugly in all areas. He gave up 7 runs on 11 hits in 6 innings, including 3 home runs. The only silver lining was the fact that he walked 0 and had 8 strikeouts. In the athlete's defense, he hadn't pitched in an MLB game since 2021, so his struggles aren't overly concerning. The pitcher's out of practice and needs some warming up, before he can unleash the Bauer power. Fans can't wait for him to get back on the diamond again. They love him way too much. But not everyone in Japan is a fan of the star. Yeah, one of his teammates doesn't like his sword celebration too much. Bauer's signature strikeout celebration is tradition. The pitcher mimicked a motion of putting a sword in a sheath every time he struck out batters in the MLB, and he's been doing the same overseas. Ahead of his NPB debut, Trevor tweeted and encouraged fans to do the same when he strikes out hitters. But Yokohama's closer, Yasuaki Yamasaki, isn't a fan of this move. He responded to the tweet from the Bay Stars official page and wrote, "The club shouldn't encourage the fans to do sword celebration action. No respect, there's a different way." Someone's pissed. He then went on and called the celebration foolishness. Now, this doesn't necessarily mean these two have bad blood. Yamasaki later cleared the air and said his message wasn't meant for Bauer, it was for the club instead. The Yokohama closer later tweeted, "Bauer is an important teammate with whom I aim to win the championship." It's crazy to see that Trevor is making friends with his teammates. If you've been keeping up, you know that's something the star wasn't too good at back in America. I mean, don't you remember how the Dodgers didn't want him back on the team at all? Bauer was one of the NPB's most controversial players. I mean, if it weren't for his excellent pitching in the diamond, he probably would have never made it to the league with that personality. The athlete signed with the Dodgers in early 2021, and it's safe to say he failed to make friends in the few months he was with the team. The pitcher went on administrative leave in the summer of 2021, so his time in LA was short-lived. Yeah, this came after he faced assault charges, and this was enough for his teammates to never want to see him again. Mike DiGiovanna of the Los Angeles Times reported, "The pitcher is a pariah in his own clubhouse, where no teammate has spoken publicly about him or come to his defense." Yeah, not a single player has publicly supported him through all of this. A majority of his teammates didn't want him back under any circumstances, which I understand. At that point, the pitcher was nothing more than bad PR for the Dodgers. It was taking a toll on the team to even keep him in the team, and they released him as soon as they could. But if you really think about it, Trevor was never proven guilty in court. This is one reason why Japan forgave him too easily. After long sessions at the court, the judge said that the woman didn't have enough evidence to prove her accusations. Plus, Trevor had some proof to deny the charges himself. He said that whatever happened between him and the woman was consensual, and he had text messages to prove it. But of course, it didn't matter. His reputation had been damaged far beyond repair by the time the verdict came. No team in the MLB wanted bad PR, so the league basically shunned him. And even if it weren't for the sexual assault case, I'm sure Trevor's teammates wouldn't have wanted him back anyway. I mean, they have a lot of other reasons to hate him. Trevor was undeniably the villain of the MLB. He has more controversies on his resume than achievements in the sport. Bauer has rubbed people the wrong way quite a few times. Off the pitch, he was arrogant as hell. He had the reputation of being a troublesome teammate. His team members have often gone on record and talked about his selfish behavior. One Dodgers member anonymously said, "I think Trevor cares about Trevor a lot." Yeah, he can be selfish. Plus, Trevor's unapologetically toxic on social media. From racist tweets to anti-Trump bias, let's hope his selfishness doesn't make him hated by his fellow Yokohama Bay Stars. He's doing so well so far. So from the pitcher being the villain of the Los Angeles Dodgers to being a celebrity despite his endless controversies, this is what NPB players really think of Trevor Bauer.